Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Larry Troller Show. I'm your host, Larry Troller. Today, we will be talking about the food pyramid. Now, the food pyramid is the basis of what we conceive as nutrition and health. On the top is fats, oils, sweets. In the middle, on the left side, is milk, yogurt, and cheese, the dairy products. On the right, it is your meat, poultry, fish, more protein stuff. On the next column, lowering, is the vegetable group, and to the right is the fruit group. And at the bottom, which is the most you should eat, is bread, cereal, rice, pasta group with 9 to 11 servings. Now, the food pyramid was created by Wilbur Owen Atwater, PhD, in the late 1800s. Now, he created it after doing research, and he determined that the calories was a means to measure the efficiency of a diet. He calculated that the different types of food produce different amounts of energy, and he stressed that the importance of a cheap and efficient diet that includes more protein, beans, and vegetables to a limit to that intake of fat, sugars, and other starchy carbohydrates. The USDA adopted his food pyramid and changed it around. So for number 1, it was milk and meats, 2 cereal, 3 fruits and vegetables, and 4 fats and fatty foods, 5s and sugar. And then in 1943, with the creation of the National Wartime Nutrition Guide, they offered 7 food groups instead of the original 5. And over time, it developed and changed, usually because of businesses and the farmers and so forth, and what they wanted to ship out and produce to the public to get Americans to eat certain type of products and foods and so forth. Here's a picture of the inventor of the food pyramid. So, has the food pyramid been helpful to the American people? And the answer is no. Because the USDA recommendations put pressure on food manufacturing industry to conform around it. The guidelines set the standards for federal nutrition programs, such as Michelle Obama's lunch program and so forth. And the benefits do not go to the American people. It goes to the big food and big agricultural companies. The reason why I say that the American people are not so lucky when it comes to this is because the U.S. has been one of the highest places for adult and infant mortality rates. Another thing, obesity. Obesity is skyrocketed in America. Let's look at some of the facts. Childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adults in the past 30 years. The percent of children aged 6 to 11 years in the United States who was obese increased from 7% in 1980 to 18% in 2012. Similarly, the percent of adolescents aged 12 to 19 years who was obese increased from 5% to nearly 21% over the same period. In 2012, more than 1/3 of children and adolescents was overweight or obese. What is that telling you about our diet, our health as a nation and as a people? One of the products that the food pyramid encourages is soybean. Soybean is absolutely not healthy whatsoever for the average American, average person whatsoever. it has all of these chemicals in it. High phytic acid, which reduces assimilation of calcium, magnesium, copper, iron, and zinc. It has caused high phytic diets have caused growth problems in children. It has synthetic vitamin D. Soy food increases your vitamin D requirements. This is why companies add synthetic vitamin D2 to soy milk, a toxic form of vitamin D. MSG, aluminum and magnesium. These chemicals are not healthy. In fact, infants fed soy formula take in an estimate 5 birth control pills worth of estrogen every day. That is terrible for kids. You should never feed your infant soy-based formula. The food pyramid has not benefited the people. It needs to be restructured, re-looked at. Like Joel Furman, MD, he created his own version of the food pyramid where beef, sweet cheese, milk, processed foods are at the very top of it. But the next row is poultry, eggs, oils. Next row is fish, fat-free dairy. Next column is whole grains, raw nuts, seeds. Second to the bottom is fruits, beans, and at the very bottom is vegetables. So we need to relook at it, see what we actually need, because this is outdated. This is based off of what companies want to sell. Because every time it changed in our history, the food pyramid, it has changed because a group wanted it to change, not scientists, but actual groups or the agricultural department and businesses. Like it said that, in fact, 2007, Monsanto acquired the world's largest cottonseed company, Delta and Pineland Company, for $1.5 billion. And the guidelines also benefit the agro-business giants like Monsanto, who are destroying naturally processed crops through genetically engineered corn, soybean, canola, and oil and cotton. So I leave this for you to realize that you can change the food pyramid.